How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favorite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
You know, this is why I both love
The little ones have been up to their
and sometimes
one thing
hate
after another around here.
things about Final Fantasy 16. The fact that they'll do a whole bunch of lore dropping, cutscenes, show you all this great stuff. But if you only got 2 hours to spare for recording, it makes it kind of a bit difficult. So then 2 hours could instead be like 3.5.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think With this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. Or would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Uncle Byron.
It's finished out.
Unexpected surprise, but I like that
With
man.
a little help from Sid, of course.
Of course.
Very nice, very carefree.
Better at resisting her wheedling than the old one was.
Very smart.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Nice. Return to Byron, and then we'll probably be heading out, I would assume. So I think here would be a good spot to stop. Because we got a whole bunch of lore dump here. Oh, actually, real quick, we'll go update world information with tomes. See how high that rank gets.
Who's this blue blood?
And I want to see the entry on Torgal. And I gotta see who that white-haired guy was again. I think it was Dion who carried him out.
See you, Clive.
Ask about Mid. Young Mid has always been too clever by half.
From the moment of her very first steps.
For the moment of her very first steps, she would roam the hideaway, tearing apart everything she laid her little hands upon. But it wasn't until she started putting those things back together again that Sid realized that his daughter had been blessed with a truly special talent.
And so?
And so, rather than see it squandered, he swallowed his pride and sent Mid to the university in Canberra to study under the Free City's finest mechanists. That was on her 11th name day. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Sid actually had a daughter. We have reaped the benefits of her studies ever since. Her inventions are a part of our daily lives here at the Hideaway, even if she herself is
As to why she has stayed away.
As to why she has stayed away, I would hazard that part of her is simply afraid. Afraid that coming home will remind her too much of what she has lost.
Did you know
that Tet and Crow's parents were both bearers? Having lived so long in a world where so much was denied them, it could not have been easy for them to find love. But once they had, oh, how brilliant did it burn. The love that only burned brighter once Tet and Crow were there to bask in it, to share it.
Until it was taken away?
Until it was taken away, plunging the twins into a darkness no man or woman, let alone child, should ever have to face. Pall that will ever hang over us, as long as the man who cast it walks free.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
How do I highbrow?
A rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Mysterious man from Wayload. Persons of interest. Yeah, from what it looked like, it appeared it was this guy, the Royal Night Lord Commander. But I don't believe he is a dominant. Yeah, because Dion is a Bahamut. And he is not Odin. He is Odin. Interesting. Anything new on Birth of Prince of the Air and her return to rule over Zaria's Viceroy. Second son of Emperor Sylvester of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque and third of Empress Annabella, making him half-brother to both Prince Dion and Clive. His mother has involved him in the affairs of the imperial court since he was a small child. Nothing more on the Hooded Man or Ultima. Saving Clive. Yep. Okay, nothing new there. Torgal. A fine hound. Clive's faithful friend who's fiercely protective of him and his allies. When Jill came close to death in the courtyard of Rosalith Castle, something woke within him, transforming Torgal into something akin to an icon. Clive's faithful friend who's Fiercely protective of his allies, however, it emerges that he is much more than a mere scenthound. He is a rare frost wolf, imbued with sorcerous strength that he is able to call upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. Nice. Very cool. Don't think there's really anything else. It's the outlaw, astrologer, bestiary. Don't know what one's supposed to be here. Because there's Ifrit, Phoenix, something Shiva, Ramu, Garuda, Odin, Bahamut, Titan. I don't know what would be there. I would assume it would be an icon. And we've almost seen at least the first of every creature. Transmitting thoughts. Interesting. Very interesting. Liquid flame. An ever-shifting mass of living flame that rose from the fiery pools of Drake's breath in what appeared to be a response to an unwanted trespass into the Mother Crystal's inner sanctum. Possessed with both the swiftness and temper of an untamed wildfire, the creature rained fury down upon the intruders, wielding the molten lifeblood of sacred Mount Drustinus, like it were but fistfuls of mud. And nothing on the fire lizard? Okay.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Tone says he's looking for books about Toby.
But yeah, with that, I'll definitely end the recording here. Got a lot of lore in a short time. One thing I've always loved about the storytelling of Final Fantasy is you get a little bit here, a little bit here, and then you learn a lot at peak points of the story. When we come back, we'll do hunts, side quests, then we'll continue on the hunt for Kupka. Till then, take care, and have a great day.